Hey, this is Jay Paige with the Cultt. This is part 2 of Rock Black Sludge, our trip through Mork Borg. In our first episode, the boys got a bit messy. Let's see if they can get through the rest of the accursed den and find the Shadow King's lost heir. We're here with 3 dangerous fellows chanting.
We don't know how dangerous.
It doesn't sound as danceable as the violin music. If these guys had a violin and the chanting, maybe they like match up, maybe they don't, who knows. But just their voices by itself isn't like, it's just not something you'd want to listen to for too long. But they have their daggers drawn and they are moving towards you. Somebody roll me a d6.
That's a 1.
The 3 enemies, I'm going to have each one of them is going to pair off with each of the 3. Hampton doesn't have any weapons other than the sword that he is holding for Vagil, but he can like parry, like he's going to keep it sheathed because he would never be so disrespectful as to unsheath a sword that does not belong to him. We're going to take a shot at enemy number 1 is going to go after Vagil. Totally hits. Vagil. Here comes 4 damage. But you have armor.
And is it, as it says, like, again, it's like a D4, but it would just be like a...
Why don't we have you roll a D4 to see how much you absorb of that 4?
The 2.
So you're going to take 2 damage.
2 damage. Oh.
Next, enemy number 2 is going to go after Kratar.
That's me.
Totally hits.
Yeah.
Same thing again. 4 damage.
All right. So that would make me down to... Oh, wait.
Well, you have your
2,
armor.
so I'm down to 2.
Okay. And then the third one is going to go after Hampton. Ooh. Hampton, you've never seen him look braver, more valiant. As soon as the knife goes towards Hampton, he doesn't shirk from it. He like steps forward towards the attacker, kind of throwing off the thrust, and the thrust does not hit. Somehow, he's kind of a drunken master.
Hampton, sweet moves.
All I needed was the tea. And then why don't we go through the same thing for you guys? Vagil, would you like to attack someone?
So it's like once per combat I can use Eureka, and then otherwise I have a bow, I think, not an actual sword, right? So it's like how, it's like, is there any kind of like, could I use my bow at close range?
Yeah, because even though they're thrusting at you, you guys can always back up a few in order to give yourself, enough space that you can twang one off.
Yeah.
These are close quarters, but also like you guys are running out and zipping all around the place while these guys are slowly stepping towards you.
I think, am I in range to, get the sword from Hampton in this? Because I feel like, I would, in my terror, it's probably like the first thing I would do, but...
I'm always at your beck and call, my liege.
Hampton!
Sire! You see Hampton, like the enemy that's in front of Hampton. Hampton just grabs him kind of like by the lapels and then just full body throws him over to the side, just scatters him off to the side. Out of my way! And runs over to you, kneels down on one knee, holds the sheath out before you. Sire, your blade.
I go and grab and I say, Eureka, I have the power.
That's amazing.
And
what does Eureka do?
The sword does 2d6 damage and on a hit, or how's that? Once per combat, Eureka may be drawn. If the sword does 2d6 damage, for every swing of Eureka, roll a d6. On a 1, bad things happen.
All right, well, why don't we do the damage? We're going to say you're definitely going to hit the dude that's closest to you.
Okay.
So that's 2d6.
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
3 and a 2, 5.
Ooh. He kind of like stumbles to a stop, but is still alive. And then Hampton looks up at you and goes, what are you doing, sire?
Once per combat, Eureka may be drawn. So like this is where I don't like. Once per combat, if Hampton can be, Eureka may be drawn. So it's just like I do it once and then that's it, or. Well, we'll say for the rest of the combat you would have it because you've drawn it. Okay. I thought it was a one-time thing. Okay.
But you need to roll a 1d6. Why are you rolling that die, sire?
To see if you're slain and Eureka vanishes forever.
Wait a minute, what?
Oh no!
But why are you two looking at me like that? Why are you?
Because I rolled a 1.
He
On a 1, the squire is slain and Eureka vanishes forever.
Oh dear.
Your sword Spider-Man dissipates in Tony Stark's arms. For some reason, Hampton had no clue that this was something that was possible, even though he's been carrying this sword for you for years and years and years. Oh my God, sir! What has happened to Eureka? I don't feel so good, sir. He lowers to the ground and just starts to kind of like dehydrate and dry up and mummify and says, I wish my vengeance upon Melissa. I love you. And then dies. You have killed Hampton the Squire.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you feel? Would you like to spend the rest of your turn maybe just thinking about all the things that Hampton has done for you in his life?
No, I'm mostly just frustrated. Just classic. In my head, I'm thinking just like classic Hampton, just classic.
Meanwhile,
Does he do that every time you fight?
Just like I don't know. It's the first time we've done it.
Kritar, you still have. I mean, he's a little wobbly legged, but you still have your hawk.
That's true.
Is there anything that you could do that could maybe kill your hawk?
I could try. Let's have him, my hawk, attack. Claws bite D4. So let's have him go for the one that's already
hit. Yeah. Why don't we do a D20 to hit?
Okay.
And then we'll do damage.
10.
You need a 12.
Oh.
Do you have any agility that you can add to that?
Agility 1. For me, there's no agility on him.
I think I would still go after yours. We're going to say that at the very least that Deathblade is keeping that one occupied.
He says attacks. It says attacks defense DR10.
Oh, I like that much better. So
okay.
With an 11, you totally reach Deathblade's difficulty rating for an attack.
Right on.
So Deathblade, roll your D4.
Okay.
And tell me you got a 2, 3, or 4.
I got a 3.
This guy, at first, is like, oh, this fucking hawk can't do much to me. It's just going to flutter around. It's not even hitting me. I mean, and then it thinks for a second and then goes, wait a minute, difficulty rating 10. And that's when his eyes get plucked out and like talons and he just drops to the ground. So one of these dudes is dead. The other two, Lesdi, Lusai, and they're going to continue their attack. One is going to go for Vagil. Misses. One is going to go after Kratar. Misses.
Hey!
Off to you, Vagil. Now is not the time for tears. Now is not the time to weep for a fallen lover.
Could you call Melissa up and get her in here?
As soon as you mention Melissa, like a kind of ghostly like wind whisks through the jungle, and you hear, "I'll get you, Melissa. He's mine."
I guess I'll pull out my bow and kind of step back and be like trying to use that.
Yeah, take a shot. Let's do agility.
An 18. -2 is 16.
Oh, good. What's your presence instead of agility?
+3.
That's all the better because I think I shoot it in presence for ranged. So you whack the hell out of that dude. Let's get some damage in there.
5.
Almost ready to die. His singing is just like a little bit off now. Leslie. Kratar, you want to go after the one
Go ahead.
that's got 1 HP left?
Sure do.
Mess him up.
Hawk time. 5. All right, never mind.
And what sound does Deathblade make as it like comes by? Mocking.
Yeah.
At any moment, like that guy knows he could be killed, but he doesn't know when it's going to happen. He knows he's being toyed with. So he's going to doink. We got a swing going at Vagil. Definite miss. We've got a swing going at Kratar. Another miss.
Okay.
Back to you, Vagil.
Another bow strike. Is my other arrow in him from the previous strike? Ooh, presence. That'd be a 13.
That'll hit.
Nope. 2.
He's already got 1 arrow in him, and he pulls that arrow out, and as soon as it pops out and blood starts kind of shooting out of it, another arrow goes in to the same hole, but a little bit deeper, and he's dead.
Ooh.
There's now 1 dude left.
1. All right.
Get him, Kratar.
Here we go. Hawk time. We got a 10 plus the agility, so 11.
No.
All right.
And he's going to go after you, Kratar. And he misses. Get him, Vagil.
Like I'm running over. No, I just shoot from where I'm at. Because I have a bow. Oh, it's a 6.
No, you have missed. Get him, Kratar.
D4. That's a 1.
Ooh, you nicked
nick.
him. You nicked him real good.
Yeah.
As Deathblade is kind of like biting his ear off, he's going to go to take a swing at Deathblade. As he swings his blade, he goes, natural 1! And he falls face first onto the ground. And you guys are still a little bit effed up, but you're pretty sure you see some vines kind of like coming out from the jungle that grab the 2 bodies and pull them back in the jungle, grab the one guy who just fell face first and start to pull him back. And you just hear him trying to chant, going, Leslie, Lucy, Leslie. And he's just trying his best to get his chant back and go up and going again. And the vines just pull him in. And for a moment in the shadows, you guys still all fucked up from the tea. You see, it seems like in the shadows of the jungle, you see kind of a big Cheshire cat smile of Leslie's face appear and then fade off into the darkness again. Everything starts to just fall silent and return back to just you're in a regular old gigantic greenhouse filled with lots of lush stuff.
I'd like to shout into the trees, Leslie, your guys got weird with us.
Leslie, Lucy.
You guys are still a little bit fucked up. And so when you're saying this stuff, mostly you're just going like, hey, you guys got me, Lucy. And it just kind of, you hear your own voices. You don't hear much else.
Okay. Can we search through, did they drop their daggers?
Everything that was them has been pulled off into the jungle by vines.
Alrighty. I'd like to use one of my medicine chests to refill my HP.
Mm-hmm. And is that anything you have to roll for, or is it just something you got?
It just heals D6.
You're amazing.
Hooray.
All you got now is a tunnel from whence you came leading out of the greenhouse.
Can we search the greenhouse to see if there's anything among all
Absolutely.
of the plants?
There are plants.
Okay.
Lots of different species. You guys, I'm not even going to have you roll. You guys don't know jack shit about any of the plants that are in here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are green. Some of them are greener. Some of them are less green.
Okay. Do you want to go back to the oil tunnel?
Yeah, I guess.
Let's mosey on back.
You two kind of like, tea's going to start to wear off a little bit, and you guys are definitely past the high of it. Now the lows are hitting, and you're just kind of schlumping along, and can't believe we got to go back into this fucking tunnel. And as you enter the tunnel, the air starts to get a little bit more stagnant. Things start to get a little darker. What were we even supposed to be doing? This Alden, what the fuck? And as you guys head east through this tunnel, there's that kind of like sludge-lined walls a little bit. So the light gets less and less, the sludge gets more and more, but you can still continue. There doesn't seem to be any branches off of it at all. And the tunnel is slowly moving upwards as you go. Can each of you give me a D6?
2.
Add your toughness to it.
That's still 2.
I have a 4 minus my toughness is a 1.
Blink. Each of you is going to take 2.
Oh no, I never healed. I'm unconscious. How about you?
Oh, I'm back to just 2 out of 4.
Yeah, and in this case, your armor wouldn't really do anything for you because you're not really a combat thing.
Yeah, I'd already taken 2 damage before though, so I would be unconscious.
So you, as the two of you are moving through this tunnel, there's a little bit of sizzling here and there. There's a sulfur smell that's starting to build up. You seem to be doing okay, Qatar, but at a certain point you look behind you and Vagil has just flopped down and fallen into the floor of the sludge. Can you do all of us a favor and maybe just drag him a little bit with you?
Drag him.
You think you can do that?
Is it burning me as I'm getting dragged?
Yeah. So at a certain point, you will get through and out to the top of the tunnel. You don't see any of this Vagil because you're unconscious and sizzling. Heroic Kratar is going to pull you into a gem-filled room at the end of this tunnel. Slowly, you start to... Vagil, you're going to start to awaken out of your unconsciousness. Can you roll me a D4?
2.
Vagil, did you have...
Onions?
You have a bad eye, right?
Oh, yes.
Is that bad eye your left eye or your right eye?
My left eye.
Okay, so we're gonna do another D4. We're gonna say as you come out of this, if it's a 1 or a 2, which is probably what we want, you done sizzled out your left eye. If it's a 3 or a 4, you're missing your good eye.
It's a 1.
Oh, thank God it sizzled out your left eye. TLC. So as you were face down for a little bit, a little bit of sludge got into that socket there, and now
Cleaned it right out.
Yeah, it is an empty socket. There ain't nothing good in there. But your good eye is looking pretty good. What color is your good eye?
Blue.
With your blue eye, you look around a gem encrusted room, not purposely gem encrusted, like these seem to be like naturally occurring, like stuck in the walls and everything. Ahead of you to the east, an open doorway, and you can see chains hanging down out of that room.
What else do we see around? Just the one exit?
Glittering gems stuck in walls, and ahead of you just one open exit into a room that's got some chains all around it.
That's the only way out?
Sorry, are you still at 0 out of 4?
Oh,
HP?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a good
Let's give
question.
us a 1d4 roll to get you some HP back.
I can also use medicine on you.
I have some stuff too. Oh, a 4.
Oh, 4. Yeah, so you're
Okay.
good then.
Should have.
What is your thing that you have to
I
heal?
have life elixir.
Yeah, 4
Heal
doses.
6 HP.
Oh, okay. That's similar to mine. I guess I'm going to use another medicine chest on myself to fill myself up to 4.
So you guys are pretty healthy. You're down an eye in a room that has a bunch of
I'm sorry.
gems kind of like naturally stuck into the it's probably a gut worm tunnel at some point that it was exposed. And then ahead through an open door is a room with chains hanging down from the ceiling.
Okay. Why don't we go and pull on some of the chains?
Sounds good. I like the chain.
All right, you guys go into the chain room. There are hooked chains hanging from the ceiling, and you can see bloody tracks all over the floor. They don't seem to be really leading anywhere in particular. And as you guys kind of like swing set, kind of like yank on the chains, climb the chains, you wiggle them all around, nothing's really happening with them. There are hooks on the ends of some of them, so if you had one eye, you'd probably want to be careful with your depth perception, that you don't like walk straight into one of those. But it's kind of just like a gross, gory room, Silent Hillish. Okay. To the south is a stairway that is going down to a room where you hear at the bottom of the stairs, "Shut the fuck up, Melissa. I'm fucking sick. Melissa, shut the fuck up." To the north, you hear violin playing.
Oh, let's follow the violin again.
Heading north, there is a door there. That door done be unlocked.
Okay.
Opening up the door and heading north into this room, you enter. There's a few things going on here. You are in a room that stinks of sulfur. To your west, to your left, when you enter this room, the entire left west wall completely gone. It opens up into a gigantic black cavern.
Okay.
There is black, liquidy, acidic sludge, the same that used to drip from that tunnel. But this entire room to the left, to the west, is completely filled with it. And it seems like the western wall has kind of crumbled and opened up, and it's probably a gutworm layer, but you just see like a lake filled with black sludge. In the middle of this lake is a gigantic pedestal, about 40 feet tall, sticking straight up right out of the sludge. And at the top of this marble pedestal are two skeletons playing violins.
Oh.
They're kind of walking around on their little tiny platform. This is not a big thing, but they're just playing along with their violin, completely surrounded by a small lake of black sludge. To the north is a door. On the other side of the door, you hear a voice. "Oh, hello. Then I'm gonna eat you. Put it in my mouth." It's muffled. Okay. You don't really pick up on much, but there's someone on the other side of that door. In the middle of this room is a tall black statue of the one-eyed King Leonard II. The face of the statue, there is an obvious cavity where the eye would be, kind of similar to someone we all know, who lost his left eye. There seems to be like an empty, that eye cavity is empty. As you are entering this room, looking at this statue, peeking out into a little pond filled with black sludge, you hear to the east, "Hello. Hello." There's a very distant, muffled, is it a woman? Is it a princess? There's like there's a voice through the eastern wall.
Okay.
You're both in this room now. Have at thee.
I'd like to take the little rock out of my boot and put it into the eye socket of that statue.
You put a rock into, okay, so you're going to climb up on the statue.
Yep.
The eye socket that is missing, you take out your, what we can only assume is a special rock.
Trusty rock.
Somewhere in the back of your head, you can almost hear Hampton going, "I could have carried that rock for you." And the rock is the correct size to fit in the eye socket. Nothing seems to happen when you put it in, but as you're up there pointing it in, you see that there's blood all around the eye socket. There's like dried, encrusted blood that has dripped out of the eye socket.
Okay.
Who's out there?
Is that the...
Hello?
Oh, that's the room to the east. The east.
Is that you, Fletcher? Fletcher? Hello? Who's out there?
And this is coming from room.
It's the east side of the room. There's definitely noise coming. There wasn't really a clear door, but if you're hearing the voice and you're kind of walking over towards that side, you can see that like the granite blocks making up that wall on that side of the room, that there actually is like an outline for a door. It's just made of the same material as the rest of the wall. Hello.
Do you think there's something else that would go in the eye? Something bloody, maybe?
I think there's gotta be some eye around. Looks like it probably leads in this other room. I think it could be our Alden in there, but I heard.
Did you say Alden?
We're talking quietly. Well, you can't hear us, Alden, I don't think.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said my name. Sorry.
Did I remember something? Alden may not want to leave.
Probably. He's probably digging it here. He's probably getting some of that tea from Leslie.
Are you handsome?
So, I mean, yes. I mean, no. Oh, Alden. I think we need to find some sort of key to get into Alden.
Maybe a gem for him.
Did Fletcher send you?
I'd like
I
to
think we might have
also
to go find Fletcher.
We might.
Kill him.
I'd like to also release my butterfly towards the skeletons and see if it does anything.
It flutters. It does not get all the way to where the skeletons are. They don't seem to really pay it any heed. But when the butterfly gets low enough that it doesn't touch the sludge, but just as it starts to get close to the sludge's vapors, it just kind of disintegrates from the vapors of the sludge.
Yeah. Wasted that butterfly. Do you want to try shooting an arrow at the skeleton?
Is that you, Gutworm?
I think maybe if we can go to the area to the north and maybe see if we can. I think we maybe need to take down Fletcher.
Let's do it.
You head to the northern door. What would you like to say? What you'd like to do with the door? When you go to open the door, it ain't opening. It seems to be locked.
Can we hear a little closer? Another closer. What was?
Oh, you can definitely hear like
mumbling.
There's a dude on the other side. Gonna eat your face. Then I'm gonna chop you up into little bits. Put you in my tummy. I'm the Gutworm now. Would you like to try and like do anything to the door? I mean, like maybe strength check it. You know, I mean,
I don't have much in the way of strength.
Depends how stealthy you want to be with this.
Yeah.
Let's kick it in. Can we kick it in? Can you kick it in?
I can try and kick it in.
Okay.
Give me a D20 with strength.
That is solidly a natural one.
You
Got a lot of ones.
Yeah, you start kicking the door, and you just hear, "Who the fuck is that?" You hear like rummaging and running around, and like someone comes to the door. What's going on out there? Who's there? And then all the way over, across on the other side to your west of this black sludge room, you can see a light off to like the northwest. And it's almost like the room you're trying to get into seems to continue over past where the black sludge is. And you see a man in the distance on the other side of the sludge, all of a sudden just like pop into view and look over and see you guys and go, "What the fuck? Who are you guys? What are you doing? I'm gonna fucking kill you dudes."
Are you Fletcher?
"Yeah, fucking Fletcher, I'm gonna eat your face."
We heard you were some big weird guy.
"Yeah, that's not a nice thing to say to me."
Well, I didn't think so either, but you do kind of fit the description of a big weird guy.
"I can't tell you how angry I am right now."
I can't see your face that closely. Is it really messed up?
"Well, I'm gonna show you how messed up my face is when I eat your face, and then your face is right up close to my face because I'm eating your face. Yeah, stay right there. Let me get all my weapons and my knives and everything. I need to find the key, and I'll let the door eat your faces."
Sure.
And he kind of like runs back over, and you hear like pots and pans being moved around, and then from the east you hear, "Don't let Fletcher eat you. Let me out."
How do we get you out? Is that Alden?
Alden, can you hear us?
Are
This is as loud as I can get.
Are you beautiful?
Yes.
Excellent. I don't know if I can help you. I have been told not to help you.
We got that there was an eye thing going on with the statue.
Okay, you got that far? Okay.
Yeah. I tried a rock.
Yeah.
Didn't really work.
Yeah, the other
It
people.
looks like there's blood.
Now to the north, you hear like keys, and you can hear Fletcher's going like, "Soon as I find out what key lets me out of my own goddamn room, you better believe. You guys see the hook room? That's where you're gonna go. I'm gonna put you in the hook room." And you hear like clanging keys, and he's like clearly trying keys. And no, that's not the right. That's for the other room. So he's trying out keys in order to like unlock his own door.
Sure.
In order to get out.
At this point, should I try and shoot a skeleton across the room?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try and shoot a skeleton.
Give me a D20 with presence.
Oh, that is a 3 plus 3 is a 6.
An arrow just goes whizzing by, and one of the skeletons has to like lift up a leg and kind of like scoot back so that one of the arrows goes flying by. And he just goes like, "What the heck?"
Can I have? I'd like to have Deathblade go and try to swoop and grab a violin out of the skeleton's hands.
Okay, let's do the same thing. We want a. What was it? It was a DR10.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's just beat a 10 on a 20.
Okay. That's a 9 plus a 1.
Ooh. Okay, so we'll say that hits the 10. Deathblade goes swinging over. One of the skeletons is like, "Leave us alone. What's wrong with you guys?" And swing the violin. But Deathblade gets his talons into one of them, turns around and starts to fly back to you. And you just see like the other skeleton just stops playing and puts his hand on the shoulder of the other skeleton. And then that skeleton just kind of lowers his head, lowers his skull, looks dejected, shrugs his shoulders, and then just steps forward off the pedestal and falls into the sludge and begins to disintegrate and sink into the sludge. And then the first skeleton starts playing his violin. It's supposed to be a duet.
So do we have a violin now?
You have a violin, yes.
Great. Okay. Can I try playing it?
Yes. Is there any reason why anyone in this world would expect you to have any skill playing the violin?
Who knows what I've been up to in my cave?
Let's roll a D20 and
All right.
let's add presence to that.
Okay. That is a big old 3.
In response to this,
Oh.
before you're gonna do this, I pull out the horn of Schleswig Lords.
Oh, that's not where I thought you were going to go with that.
No.
Tell us about this horn.
Once per day, I can release a blare from this dented old trumpet and test presence DR12. I have to do a presence check first? But if I pass it, one creature may make their next non-combat test an automatic success. Do I have to do that before he did that?
We're going to say that you toot your horn first before the attempt at playing a violin. So you need to be a 10, was it?
Yeah, test presence DR12.
Okay. So do a presence test, add your presence to a D20, and let's see you get 10 or above.
Yes, 13.
And you let loose this bellowing horn that echoes and reverberates all throughout the accursed den. The ground starts to shake, and you see the sludge all around the room to the west starts to fluctuate and heave and rotate, and you just see this kind of like black snaking worm shape start to just loop and writhe. It looks like a coliseum of intestines all writhing as the gut worm is awakened by the blare. And as soon as that starts to happen, to your south, you hear, "What the fuck?" And you hear some guards start to come rushing up the stairwell. And at the same time, you hear, right when the rumbling starts, you hear a little click, click to the north. Got it. And then the door opens. And right when all that has been accomplished, Kratar, you put the violin up to the crook of your neck. And you start to play. And it's beautiful.
So good.
why don't you roll a d20 plus presence, and we'll see how beautiful it is.
It is 11 beautiful.
It is beautiful enough that the rumbling and the shaking starts to subside. The churning is still going on, but it doesn't seem to be escalating at all. Fletcher walks in from the north, a tall, pudged out meat man with scars and stitches all over him. And he walks in and sees you two. He's ready to eat your face, but he just kind of stops for a second. I don't know if I've heard this one before. And he just kind of listens to you play for a second. Guards go running up to the stairwell, and 2 human guards arrive at the top of the stairs. Clearly, they've walked in on a performance, and they kind of feel like they're like interrupting something. So they like kind of like look at each other and eyeball for a second, and then they just kind of like shuffle over to the side and stand to wait for the performance to finish. And then out on the pedestal, the skeleton goes, I can do better than that, and heckles you slightly.
At this point, I say,
Then get ready for Act 2.
and I pull out my Enochian Syntax Sacred Scroll.
And what is that going to do?
It says, one creature blindly obeys a single command, and so I command the gutworm, go eat Fletcher.
Fletcher, kind of like spinning his ring of keys on his fingers. There's like 48 keys. There's more keys than there are doors inside the accursed den. And he just like cockily kind of like does a little like hip sway and walk over to you guys. Nice try, but the gutworm only listens to me. And then out of the heaving mass of sludge comes a faceless lamprey mouth, which 100% definitely fully just eats him in one gulp and then pulls back into the sludge. Everything starts to calm back down again. The 2 guards that are over on the side have just watched all this, so they're just kind of staying more to like the eastern side. They're still kind of eyeballing what's going on. One of them's like, what are you guys doing here?
I point to Vagil and say,
He's the new Fletcher around here.
Oh, we gotta put up with you now?
Let this boy out of his hole. This boy's hole.
Why would we do that?
Because I'm the new Fletcher.
We don't answer to Fletcher, asshole. And they're gonna charge at you and attack you too.
oh boy,
Let's someone roll me a 1d6 to see who gets.
4.
You guys are gonna go first.
Right on.
You want to go first? You go first.
I'll go first.
You got one trick up your sleeve.
I'm only 6.
You missed.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna some arrow shots
Yep.
here. Ooh, and I add agility or presence.
For arrows, it's gonna be presence.
14.
Totally hits.
Okay. 5.
Ooh. One of them does not like having an arrow inside of him.
Dad, I don't. Yeah.
And he's gonna look over at
Non-consensual.
you and don't shoot arrows at me, man. God damn it. And he's gonna charge straight at you and attack you.
Bruh.
He misses because he's got an air like it. It's in a really painful spot, so just like the twisting and the turning really hurts.
hard, yeah.
And then the other one
one
is like,
trains for that.
you can't do that to him. He's gonna go charging straight at you. Can you give me a
No means no.
give me a D20 agility?
Oh, that is a natural 6 -2, so that's a 4.
He goes right at you, and right when he's about to stab at you, he has so much momentum running forward. Natural 1! And he trips and falls forward, and you just kind of move your body a little bit to the side. He's going to skim by you. He is not going to fall into the room of black sludge, but he does kind of skitter and fall on the ground near the edge of the lip of where the sludge is. And then over to you guys.
All right. I'm hawking. Oh, 16.
And then as this is going on over on the east side, you hear, I think I know what to do. 16 will hit.
Okay. D4. So to the guard with the arrow, he gets 4 off.
That guard goes,
You guys are fucking jerks. How are you gonna handle the Melissas?
and he falls dead. And now you got one left who is over near the edge of the sludge.
Before I attack him, I'm just gonna be like, just pull out my, just kind of walk over next to pull out another, like another arrow, and I'm just like, listen, man, I don't want to kill you the way we did your friends. Tell us about the Melissas.
The Melissa, is that what you're here for?
Yeah.
Bro, it's just, if you wanted to be with a Melissa, they send people down here all the time. It's 10 silver, and we let you in with one of the Melissas. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's how it goes when they send people down here.
Can we get by the Melissas?
Yeah, they're all in the cage.
Okay, and then I shoot him.
Oh,
Ooh, it's a
fuck
2.
you, Melissa.
Plus 3. So 5.
Yeah, you shot him.
But it's a 5.
Yeah.
So I don't think I hit him.
The arrow goes into the sludge, and a little bit of sludge splatters up and sizzles his ear a little bit.
He goes, you fucking jerks.
And now he's going to try and get himself up and mess you up. Vagil, he's going to grab your ankle. He is not able to, get leverage to, throw you into the sludge pit or anything. But he's going to grab your ankle and then launch up with his sword in his other hand. And he's going to tink ya up by the ribs.
3 damage, bitch.
Oh, snipe.
But you have armor, too.
Oh, so then, yeah. Okay. So
He tries to get it up underneath your armor.
Nope. That'll be 2 damage because it just reduces it by 1, right?
Yeah, that's right. I got a couple HP snuck under there, tough guy. I went to guard school.
All right, I'm going to hawk him again. 13 plus 1 is 14.
That hits.
All right. And that's... that was kind of an angle. 4.
He's still holding on.
All right.
And he's holding on to your ankle still.
Can I pull out another arrow and shoot him in the back? Hold on, shoot him in the
We'll see if you can hit him this
beady
time.
little face.
But you can't even hit me this time.
Ooh, 15.
What a pussy. Oh, yeah, you got me.
Oh, I roll damage. Ooh, 5.
Listen, man, it doesn't have to be like this. Oh.
And then you shoot him and he dies and he's dead.
Okay.
And over on the eastern wall, I think I know how to get out of here.
Can we try pulling out one of the guard's eyes and then plunking it into the statue?
You take out one of the dead guard's eyes and you bring that eye over. And as soon as you put it into the eye socket of the statue, you hear a kind of grated stone against stone. And on the east side, a section of the stone wall swivels with a middle pivot where the whole thing moves to the side. And you look into a room that looks like it's very well furnished. There's tapestry. It's small. It's a cell, but it's very, very upper class and very aristocratic. And in there is a long, silken-haired, frail. He's not tall. He's kind of on the short side, but he looks like he would be someone who is 8 feet tall, frame-wise. If you could somehow be 30 pounds and 8 feet tall, that shape. Okay. Except he's 5'2", and he says, "Oh, you found me."
Alden, we're here to bring you out of here.
And he's gonna walk up to Vagil and go, "Thank you for sacrificing your eyeball for me."
Well, us fellow aristocrats, we have to stick together.
Where are you gonna take me?
Over to the butterfly zone.
Butterflies?
Yes, by the river.
And is that outside of here? Should we take the exit in my room, or do we need to go out the front door?
Where does the exit in your room lead?
I just go outside sometimes. There's a little courtyard, and it leads down to some neighboring farmland, and I kind of sometimes I go out and explore, and then I always make sure to be back before my bedtime.
Do you want to just get out of here?
What are these butterflies all about? I'm famished.
There's the butterflies are over by the Shadow King.
There's another way. It's on the way out. It's on the way out. Yeah.
There's an old lady,
Alden, we have
a crone.
There's a few people. Yes, we'd love to go outside and just take one of these walks with you. But I think, do you think we can go out the front door? Will the guards mess with us at all? Or
The guards? I own the guards. He's going to reach out and put one hand on each of your shoulders. Thank you. And it's going to freeze frame just for a moment. And then the credits are going to start to roll. And as the credits are rolling, he's going to quickly go from holding each of your shoulders. And then the three of you are going to start to kind of like walk. You're going to walk south. You walk down some stairs. You walk into a guard's room. There's no guards.
Yeah.
Because you killed the guards. Over to the right, to the west, there's a number of cells. And you see women and men naked, long-haired, kind of like in a frenzy, maybe 10 or a dozen of them inside cells that are all being kept prisoner over there. And Alden kind of like hand motions over towards them and goes, "The Melissas?"
Sure.
And then keep walking. And you're going to head over to a great hall where there's an old man wearing a cloak. He's got a little bit of dust on his shoulders. He's sitting in a chair, looking down to the north, a long corridor where the floor has fallen out, kind of dangerously so. He's only like a couple feet away from the end of a large drop down into a tunnel. Alden walks over and goes, are you hungry? And very quickly goes, "It's just a quick bite." And he pulls one of the chairs back and takes a seat. And as soon as he sits in one of the chairs, food appears on the plate in front of him. And the old man kind of like slowly turns and looks back behind him and goes, "Oh, Alden, I'm happy to have you at my table." And Alden goes, "Tell us of one of your stories." And he goes, "Well, a long time ago." And then Alden goes, "Sucker!" and stands back up. And as soon as he stands up, the man just freezes again and then returns back to his like kind of petrified status. And then Alden starts to head south into like a dank entrance of the accursed den. There's a little creek there, and there's all these little purple butterflies. Oh, are these the butterflies?
These are the butterflies.
Oh, I've never seen these butterflies before.
They're pretty cool.
Did you eat any of them?
No, I released one of the skeleton.
He's going to try and catch one. He goes, "How about just before we step out of here, all three of us eat one?"
No, thank you.
Oh, I thought it'd be like a fun bonding thing.
No, I wouldn't like to do that.
Okay. He tries to catch some, but is just like, wait, as he's trying to catch them, some of them are like landing on his shoulder. It reminds you a lot. Memories start to kind of like cascade through of when Hampton was just like swatting at the air and afraid. None of you have any feelings about that at all. Like you remember it and you're like, that is a thing that happened.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a big image of Hampton appears in the room, like just off to the side of you, looking down at you with like a knowing smile. And as you guys head up the stairway to exit, Alden, there's a little butterfly on his shoulder, and instead of reaching for it with his slow motion limbs, he just tilts his head over and goes, "Ah!" and bites it. Heals 2 HP. Oh. He goes, "Oh, delightful." And you guys get outside. There's a couple guards outside who are very impressed. And like, "Oh my, you guys did it? Yo, these guys got Alden. Oh, this calls for celebrations. Does anyone have any silver? We should go get some Melissas and have a good time." And they all start high-fiving each other. And Alden kind of leans over to Vagil because Vagil's of a more aristocratic, noble upbringing. And Vagil says, "The Melissas, they're gonna each eat them afterwards. So it's not It's kind of a hustle that was being run. And you guys get outside. If there was more people there would be people clapping for you. In your brain, you hear a little old lady, and she goes, "You've done it. You have saved the boy Alden. Return to us for your reward." You feel almost a kiss on your lips. Is there anything that you guys would like to add in there before you head back to receive what we assume are amazing rewards, gold up the wazoo?
I'd like to just instead turn back north once we've delivered Alden and go back to Alden's room and go out into the world.
Okay.
On my own.
And how about you, Vagil?
Yeah, I think I would, if the guards aren't messing with me, I would try and get, as far away as I could. It just wouldn't be like I wouldn't go back and I wouldn't trust the crow and I would just...
Okay. So you guys got to the entrance/exit. The couple guards who were there were very excited to see, not that they were happy to see you alive, they were just surprised that the mission was accomplished. And they started to head in order to get themselves a Melissa. No one ever really passes Alden off, as you guys are just kind of like, all right, we did it. And you hear the crone's voice saying like, "Come back for your reward." Alden just walks away and goes, "Goodbye." And he just like immediately walks away. And then Vagil, you kind of like shrug and head off in another direction. Kratar, you head back in and you're gonna go to the prince's room.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do anything else in the accursed den, or are you just going back in so that you can exit through his exit?
I'm just going to exit through his exit.
As you start to get to his room, do you still have the violin?
Yes.
Are you taking it with you?
Yes, I am.
As you walk towards Alden's room, you look over and you see one lonely skeleton up on a pedestal, and he kind of stops playing and lowers his violin and just stares at you for a second.
I raise the bow of the violin and give him a little salute.
And he takes one step forward and just suicide plunges off the pedestal into the sludge. And you head into Alden's room. There is like French doors that open up onto a veranda, and you can just freely come and go. That whole side of the den seems like a luxury hotel. It's very nice. You just walk away and you can see towns in the distance. He could have just left whenever he felt like it. And you guys did it.
Hey!
Yeah,
We marched the board.
Good job.
All right.
We have to assume that whatever tea, because we can't lead on a happy note of Alden being happy and Vagil being happy and Kratar being happy. We have to assume that the tea that Leslie gave you probably has some like small like microbe eggs of the gut worm mixed in with it. And that, weeks from now they will be hatching, and eventually a small humanoid-sized gut worm will burst out of your abdomens when you least expect it. All right, thank you very much, gentlemen. Mission accomplished.
Good job.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
The